Right, welcome back. Last time, we started getting the Scientific Methods Institution, or at least, well, we finished getting it inside Mizuluma. It's ready to spread, but one for the fact that casual literacy has not spread to these neighboring provinces. I'm debating on whether to do it now, just grab it now and not deal with it, or waiting until I get Colombian imports. Because all this costs money. In fact, it costs almost my entire treasury. Although it's going to get worse, not just in cost, because well, there is the reduction of autonomy across the board that's going on, thanks to recent reforms, well, recent completion of bureaucracy ideas, to be more precise. Is it even gonna... Yeah, let's just grab it now. This will lower my tech costs, and they will no longer increase. Although Miltech is about to go up, so let's just grab that now. One level. Perhaps a second. Well, I won't have any difficulties from institutions now, at least not until global trade makes its presence known. Which actually shouldn't be that hard, once I've gotten exploration out of the way. Again, this will take time though. I will have to get a province inside the Indian subcontinent, which I'm actually half hoping is... Nope. Sorry. I'm half hoping it's the Maldives. Although I'm going to need a lot of powerful tech before I can even have a chance of getting to there. I don't remember what that was, but yeah. This will take time. I just need to wait. I just need to be patient. I just need to get it done. At the very least, the truce with Lundu is almost over. It will finish in August, so I'll stop drilling the troops in a couple months, and then fix it up. Well, not fix it up, but move it to a slightly better position for that sort of thing. Possibly also grab a claim in Lolo, but Butua has already claimed it, so... Couldn't you have picked any other provinces than these two? Because these are the ones that are also the lowest def. Oh well, nothing I can do about it now. Okay, drill again. Did I transfer occupation? Yes, I did. Okay. You grab these two provinces? More reparations, well... Yeah, this province. Yeah, it's a lot of provinces that can be dropped, so... I'd rather grab cash while... There we go, okay. It's acting a little weird with the numbers there. But yeah. And this won't cause a coalition, so... Though this may give them quite a bit of overextension. Overextension, though, does not have any major impacts, I don't think. I don't know, I haven't had overextension in so long I don't know what it does anymore. Okay, don't actually drill. There's separatists down here that we need to deal with. It's a small quantity of them, but I prefer not to risk it. Alright, and... Oh, good amount of wealth. Excellent. Okay, question. So how much of my military is feudal levy, and how much is national army? Okay, so it's about 2/3 feudal levy. Okay. It's total spending. Okay, so it's about it's half feudal levy, 1/6 tribal, and 1/3 national. So I probably shouldn't restrict the amount of. Yeah, I still need to rely on my nobles for military stuff. However, I can reduce the exemption from obligations. But none of this looks good, so. Or I can try to reduce the power of the aristocracy and get a better rural government. This will reduce no gravity and autonomy from nobility. It does affect stuff. No. Yeah, that's a lot of different things, but... If I were to promote the spiritualist faction, there is no way they would gain power. But they'll like me more. Cost stability, probably because of how weak they are. But, you know, we'll also gain loyalty from them. Ah, I knew it. It was enough. Oh, spiritualist over here. Just enough. Alright, let's pass a major reform. Enact reforms. Nobility are furious. Minus 60 loyalty, minus 5 hierarchy. Ah, okay. Fine, I'll arrange a strategic marriage in order to prevent them from dropping all the way down to 0. The burghers, well, the rest of the factions are indifferent. I lose 10 legitimacy, 2 stability. I get a pretty strong societal instability, as well as the increased cost from recent reforms. For 7.5 years. Oh well. It's going to take longer than that for Colombian imports to reach my capital, Mitwara. That will, once it finally reaches my capital, will severely reduce costs of embracing it. I'm fine with waiting that long anyway. Though my mill points probably won't, so let's grab this before I get the effects. Upgrade to culverins. There we go. Alright. Enact. Right, reform has adjusted to full on nobility instead of seigneury. Right, in order to get to the next stage, I need noble organ obligations. Attack cash dues. Oh, I need to upgrade from service dues to cash dues. Okay. And I also need 30 bureaucratic influence. It reduces noble gravity. Said unfree peasantry on peasantry property, and they'll pay separate feudal dues that are small. Okay. Then reduced transfer of resident and burgher wealth to noble wealth. Increases noble power from wealth, so yeah. It will be less focused on autonomy and more focused on wealth. Sadly, the nobility are now the ones in power because the metropolitans got hit by that. The faction system is actually more balanced than it ever was before. I mean, the chiefs are kind of out of the way, but I am perfectly fine with that because that plus 0.2 monthly autonomy change is awful for taxation. Right. That should be good for today. Seems I'm calling upon the travel host a bit again. Okay, so my manpower seems to have recovered somewhat, so that's... yeah. Right. So, another war against Lundu. They're down to 2 provinces, so I couldn't take all of them. Besides, now that this is the case, I can spend a lot of war score on making them revoke their cores. Which will, among other things, help deal with separatism and grab me a lot of prestige once I get around to it. Of course, that will take time. Additionally, I decided to go ahead and embrace scientific methods. I may as well. Certainly eases things. I have also decided to go ahead and wait on Colombian imports for a little bit longer, as if you look here, Mississippi contributes more than half of the cost. I also plan on waiting just a tiny bit longer than it would take for it to get to Mississippi, since, well, based upon predictions, it's going to be at most a year later for these 3 provinces. Although on the other hand, well, this one not so much. This one, and this one. Although on the other hand, it's very low developed. Safala will get it anyway in a couple of years, so that doesn't matter. At that point, I will take up dramatically, since the only reason not to is meritocracy, which will take me more than 10 years to get to, so I may as well take up at that point. I will have to start preparing for global trade, though. There's less than 15 years before the initial start date. And I figure someone's going to invent it. However, it's going to be difficult. First off, I have to make a successful expedition to here, in Indonesia, and then land on a province that actually has the potential to become decent. Problem is, most of these are already taken by England or Portugal, or covered by another country. There it is, much better. English. These are independent. And attack level 20, so these are basically the ones that have the best chance. Of course, I could try something in the Philippines, but Luzon is tech level 24, so, well, quite literally tech level 24 if they don't have any other number. Korea hasn't changed, at least. Although it would be nice if you annexed Jin to make the borders look a bit nicer. Just a slight bit, though. Ah, looks like the Marahan rebels have succeeded. The Mamluks still have cores on everything, though, so... yeah. They just finished that war with the Chileans, though, and they lost by a decent amount. I am rooting for these separatists. Yeah. Oh well. Additionally, my income has decreased because I ended up angering the nobles by quite a lot by reducing by improving the level of rural governments I have up to level 3. First it was seigneuries, now it's regular nobility. A la what was in Europe 200 years ago. At least in this game. In real life, that's a bit different. Problem is, I don't have anything else to work with. At best, I can... well, for right now, I can just wait and hope that their opinion improves of me. Which it is relatively rapidly. I also need to worry about other things. Oh well. Yeah. Additionally, I need to start looking into investing into trade again. Because, if I remember correctly, there's actually waste going on inside the trade node. Oh yeah, definitely wasted goods. Most notably, knowledge fuel. Okay. There is waste of industrial goods, which is a bit weird, because all the other ones that are wasted I have surpluses in. On the other hand, I have an absurd quantity of fiber, so... Okay, that's something I have to deal with next time. Anyway. Oh, when Congo's basically gone, I think that's their only province. Or pair of provinces. If they have two. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.